Hi, and thanks for watching another video from weldingtipsandtricks.com. We're going to be talking about the Miller-Matic Passport MIG welder today, and the last couple of videos we threw together a couple little projects, some little tote trays. First one made out of aluminum diamond plate, and then we made one out of steel, and we said we're going to weld it up using MIG, using the Miller Passport. A Miller-Matic Passport is fairly new. It's been around a few years, I think, but it's a dual voltage machine, and it's unique in the fact that it's an inverter power source and it runs off of small CO2 bottles. And since it is an inverter, they're able to shape the arc and get a really smooth arc even while using CO2. Now, earlier we compared, we did a review on a Hobart Trek 180, which is kind of a similar welder. It's a similar size, similar chassis, but this is a battery powered welder. Also got a really smooth arc. And we ran bare wire and some flux core on the Hobart Trek 180, and we learned that it's really got a lot of balls for a 115 welder. Even though it's not truly a 115 welder, you can leave it plugged into a 115 charger. So back to the Passport. The benefits of a small CO2 bottle like this are on Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning when you want to weld something, you're out of gas. The local welding supply is not going to be open, but you can get these filled at any place that fills paintball stuff. So Dick's Sporting Goods and all kinds of other places are open on the weekends when welding supplies aren't, and you can buy extra ones, and it's a good it just adds to the portability for being able to make a job, get a job done in the field. This is really popular for racing teams, all kinds of other small job shops that do work in the field where they can plug into 115 volt if they need to, and get a job done. Now it also can run off of 230. It also runs off of internal gas supply, and you could hook up to a big gas supply. So it's a very versatile machine. You don't have to run these small CO2 bottles. You don't have to run CO2. You could run 75-25 off of external gas. So it's high quality wire feeder mechanism. Everything's adjustable in here. You're able to swap polarity inside the chassis. It's a suitcase type welder. It's not technically a suitcase welder, but it looks like one. It's all self-contained. Same with all Miller machines. Got a good chart for settings on voltage and wire feed speed that's pretty accurate. Get you in the ballpark to get you started welding. A pouch on the side holds the MIG gun and ground clamp along with an extra CO2 bottle if you want to. And it's got a very smooth arc. In fact, it's considered one of these smoothest MIG arcs in the industry because of the arc shaping that they're able to do with that inverter power source. So we set this thing to weld this 16 gauge just as it said. Set the voltage on the 4 setting and the wire feed speed on the 30, and actually found that was just a tad hot, so I bumped it down a little bit. Really smooth arc. No trouble sewing it up. Had it plugged into a 115 volt outlet with only a 20 amp breaker, welded pretty much non-stop, which was several feet of weld without popping any breaker or any issues like that. You can hear the arc in the background. That's a pretty smooth arc, you have to admit. So we tacked this thing up with TIG, just showing you how to speed tack and bump the amperage real quick to tack together a sheet metal job very quickly. And because it's hot rolled steel, I didn't want to take the time to, it was mainly a demonstration on tacking, not on cleanliness of metal and TIG welding and all that stuff. So I thought we'd just go ahead and MIG weld it up and give you a little heads up on the Miller-Matic Passport. Very good little machine, very versatile, very portable. Not probably a machine you'd want for your only MIG machine for fabrication of large items in a shop, but no machine is perfect, and this one's definitely got its niche with that small paintball bottle. When comparing it to the Hobart Trek, I would say the arc is very comparable. Very smooth arc. I ran the Hobart Trek using 024 wire and 75-25 argon CO2 gas. Very smooth arc there too. And when you leave it plugged in to the charger, you got a lot of duty cycle and a lot of balls for a 115 volt welder. In fact, I welded a 3/8 multipass V-groove plate and bent it. It had some defects, but it sure did bend. All right, that's my take on the Miller-Matic Passport, as well as a little chime in on the Hobart Trek 180. Thanks for watching. Visit weldingtipsandtricks.com.